Hey guys, how's it going? It's Blackline, here to bring you another cast of StarCraft 2. This is, of course, still in the beta, because the game is not out yet, but I guess I don't know when you're watching this video. Anyway, so it's going to be me, Cloak, here as a blue Protoss, against the red, the blue Terran, against the red Protoss, Icedsoul. So a little bit about myself. I'm a student, so I'm doing this kind of just on the side of that, for fun, because I just enjoy StarCraft so much. And I've been watching a lot of the casts on YouTube, but I kind of realized the other day I've seen them all at least once, and I've decided I wanted to do something more, so I thought casting would be a great thing to do. I started playing Blizzard games since I think Warcraft, the original Warcraft, way back in the day. Still actually a really good RTS. I still enjoy it. I never quite got the spells down yet, or the micro for that game. I watched a lot of the Brood Wars. So a shout out actually to a couple of casters, Diggity, Voil Attack, Mole Trap, as well as Rise, of course. You can check him out on SC to GG Rise, also a great caster. For StarCraft 2, I've been watching a lot of Husky StarCraft and HD StarCraft, both great guys, both hilarious. If you're looking for really like high level commentary, I suggest you go there, check it out. And of course, stick around here. I'm not quite as good as them, but we'll see what happens as time goes on. Hopefully I'll get better. As you might have noticed, this video is a lot better than the first video I posted up on my page. That's because I actually bought a completely new computer for StarCraft 2. So this is my new computer with much better graphics. I hope you guys enjoy that. I wanted to bring you guys some games with good graphics because that's part of this game. Everything is just so beautiful in this game. The way they made it is just amazing. And hopefully you get to see that when we get in some battles. It'll be pretty intense. So I have my scout in his base, just checking things out, seeing what he's up to. I think I noticed this Chrono Boost. Yeah, my Sackman's back here to check it out. And I realized, okay, so I thought he was going for some kind of a rush. But since we're on Scrap Station, this map is just so long for running. Ground units, it's really hard to rush unless you cheese. And I believe I checked for a cheese at some point just to make sure. Back at my base, let's see, trying to get some units myself. Not a whole lot going on, just getting my Marines to get something just in case he did come with that Zealot, because I thought he was. So I thought, okay, I should get something just so, you know, I can take him out if he rushes me with 1 or 2 Zealots. Coming down with the Cybernetics Core, pretty standard, get that Stalker out there pretty quickly. If you're going against Terran, this is a good idea because you want to avoid Reaper Harass, and Zealots cannot catch Reapers, that's for sure. So make sure you get the Stalkers out there pretty quickly if you're worried about that kind of stuff. Let's see what we got here. Income. Oh, let's put that away actually. So yeah, we're doing about exactly the same. He's a little bit ahead of me. We're actually about even. That's fine. Army size probably similar. Yeah, he's at 2 Zealots. I've got 2 Marines, but I've got this sweet wall, so he can't get in here yet. Looks like he's walled off as well. He has his pylons and some Zealots kind of protecting him from any rush I might try to do. But I'm not very good at rushing, so I generally avoid that. Trying to bring his probe into my base, but he cannot get in here, and he might lose it if he's not careful. And down it goes. So units lost. Let's check that out really quickly. All right, 1-1. So I guess we're even now. I lost my worker. He lost his. You can see here I've got 2 gas going. So it looks like I'll be going for some kind of a tech build. My factory is already coming up. We're about 5 minutes into this game. Mech is usually not used too much against Protoss. Against Protoss, the Terran, you usually want to go Bio. Bio just seems to work better. Those Marauders are really good against pretty much all of the Protoss ground army, except for, of course, you know, Colossus and Immortals. They don't do too bad against, as long as you get those shields down. So yeah, if you're Terran, make sure you get those ghosts out there for those shields, because that's pretty much all they were made for. I was reading some stuff the other night about the ghosts and other uses, and it's been pretty widely agreed upon that they are used pretty much just against the Protoss, and sometimes against Infestors and Zerg, but not quite as often. So, production, let's check what we're making over here. Oh, that's not, I guess they changed the production tab, let's see what it is now. Oh, it's D, okay, that was what it's always been. So he's making his warp gates, and I'm getting a couple Marauders out, and yeah, 2 more barracks because, as I said, The buy units against Protoss are pretty standard. Oh, what's this though? It looks like I got myself a little sneaky starport up here. Trying to do some harass. The Banshee harass works pretty well, especially on these maps. Like, well, most StarCraft 2 maps actually work pretty well for air harass, because a lot of them have this really long rush distance. Interesting. Okay, so it looks like Icedsoul over here is trying to break down these rocks. Possibly to come and take this expansion. I assume that's what he's going to try and do. I'm going to come in here. I'm really not trying to do a major attack. I'm just kind of testing his front door, letting him know that I'm still in this game. He can't sit back and macro. I'm going to kind of see what I can do. I noticed right now there's just this one stalker, so I'm going to go ahead and take him out. Of course, he warped in some more units, which is a pretty clever thing to do, a smart thing to do. So I'm going to get out of there and save my units over there. I guess I don't notice this. He's over here almost halfway down with these rocks, going for a very sneaky expansion. Got his observer out, the first thing that came out of his robotics facility. And this is a pretty good idea. You want to know what your opponents are doing. And does he see my starports? Let's see if he can, if he notices this. Yeah, it looks like he sees one of my starports. So he should know that I will be coming at him with air pretty soon. So yeah, coming down here to check for my expansion, definitely a good idea. I have not seen too much of his base besides my first kind of poke in there. So I should work on that. But it looks like I do have my Banshee out here to come and do some harass. Yeah, let's see how many probes he can get. There's one probe. Two probes, not too bad. He hasn't moved his probes yet. Selected them. Oh man, 4 probes. That's not too bad. So, oh, they're coming back. They couldn't get that one. So 4 probes for that Banshee. That's not too bad. But he might go down if he's not careful over here. But luckily for me, these stalkers do not have blink, so they did not catch me. So I have 2 starports. Looks like I'm getting quite a few Banshees out here. Should keep up with the harassment to make sure he can't out-macro me too much. If you saw before, his income was quite a bit higher than mine. I think maybe about 150, 200 more. And so those 5 probes kind of caught me up a little bit. Right now my income seems really low. I need to keep making my SCVs. I actually wrote myself a note for when I play that says macro, supply, and scout, and I put that on the side of my screen so I don't forget to do those things. But sometimes I still do. So 880 thanks to these sweet mules. They're gonna make me so much money. Any movement? Looks like, yeah, he is setting up a little kind of hidden expansion over here. This would be very vulnerable because it would take him so long to get to protect this if I sent in some units. But fortunately for him and unfortunately for me, I do not know that it's over there, so it looks like it'll stay up for a while. Has his observer in my base, still kind of sees what I'm doing. So he can tell that I don't have too many units here. He knew that I had the starport, but so I think we're seeing a lot of these stalkers in response to that, just to make sure that I can't get in there too quickly. So let's see. And now he's making a warp prism. Okay, so there's a lot of things he can do with this. He can either just drop in units, or he can open up the warp prism and hit me then. So coming back in here with my Banshees once again, taking out some more units. Looks like his army was trying to break down these rocks, but I caught him completely out of position. Let's see, 3 kills for this Banshee, 6 for that one, and 4 for that one. So we're looking at about 13 probe kills here. That's not too bad. And I've completely stopped the mining at his base. You can see he's 80, at his main base at least, he has 60 now to my 560. But he does have this expansion up, and he's starting to get it running. It's not quite up yet, but doing pretty good. Cloaking here because I think I'm so clever. But he has his observer, so these guys are just gonna go down. But they did their job. They stopped the mining, and he still hasn't brought his units back. So good for me. It looks like I might have actually killed quite a bit of them. Okay, so I've slowed his mining down quite a bit. You see 260 to 540 here. That is a good place to be. Sorry, I keep hitting pause instead of the production tab. So getting out of tank, it looks like, just because the siege tanks are so great for defense. And So we're going to pause it right here. Stay tuned for part 2, which will be up very shortly.